we go. Ryan Candy's Roving Recordings, episode 4, with Shane Devine over here in Shane's living room. You can't really see out the window, but that's the botanical garden.
There's stuff out there.
Over there out the window. All right. So I guess starting with the basics for those out there in internet land. I guess pretty much we met about 2.5 years ago now. Roughly, maybe 3. 3-ish.
What would it have been? October 2017?
Yeah, me and Jess went back and forth on like when exactly that was.
I know it was at the first Opry that we did.
Yeah, it was like River City Opry starting days.
Mm-hmm.
Sweat right now. Because it's getting sweaty. Yeah, one of those starting days, and I don't know if like we were both doing the same one at that point.
Yeah, we were.
Okay, because I remember hearing that was going on, and then like being on the road for a lot of the early ones, and being like, I should probably go to that. I think Brad invited me to play one, and I was like, cool. Give me a scheduled reason to go.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so pretty much at that point was just opera band that you were doing most of the time.
Exclusively.
Okay, exclusively.
I mean, that was like the 5th time I had ever performed in public. So that's yeah, fairly not much going on besides that. And that was the first time that we really wrote a show.
Yeah.
Because everything before that had been fairly theatrical, but not we had never written any dialogue for ourselves. We didn't have any characters or anything.
Yeah.
And that one was the bloody cowboy show, where we all came in with our shirts all bloodied and.
Which I do have to admit, I was like, okay, I'm gonna see what happens. but it was good. I don't always like things. But I like that. I don't know. I think, did you guys do Lemonade?
Yeah.
That one? Yeah, I think that was what really sold me, because there was like one of those songs that I'm like, nobody does that.
Yeah, I didn't think anybody knew it, and then you came up to me after the show and you were like, "Yeah, that was Lemonade. I see you. I got you."
Yeah. See what happened there. Yeah, no, and that was, I guess, once again, for those out in internet land that don't know, Opera Band is a very theatric. There's lots of composed bits.
Sight gags.
Yeah.
Props.
Mm-hmm.
Sound effects.
Mm-hmm. A lot of everything.
Uh-huh.
But, yeah. Generally, this part of these shows is what goes on for a way too long time. So I guess.
Well, let me dive in.
Drink some beer, and we'll dive in.
This first song is it's called "The Gossips," and it's on a collection of songs that I just released in March. That's all sort of. I guess they're folk songs. They're ballads, story ballads, and it's like historical songs and things.
And what's the full name of that record? Because I always forget it because it's long.
Dramas and comedies in solo or duet.
Yeah, I've been trying.
And 5-scented miniatures is what would be on the back of the record.
It's like I've been trying to tell people about it. I'm like, it's drama.
You could just say dramas and comedies.
Maybe it's tragedy.
Dramas and comedies. Yeah. So this is The Gossips, and the tune is directly "Sweet Betsy" from Pike. That's a direct. I stole it. Yeah. So
folk music.
Yeah. I wish that the gossips were right about me, but I'm not as intriguing as I seem to be. They say that I'm keeping a secret from you. I wish that the rumors about me were true. But I'm too cheap to gamble, I'm too scared to cheat. I'm always polite and I offer my seat. Why they assume that I'm something I'm not? I guess it's this vacant expression I've got. But I grin like a fool and I swell up with pride that somebody thinks I have something to hide. If only I had a good secret to keep, I'd be so excited I'd never get sleep. I'm beginning to think I should do something brash, like hold up a bank and clear out with the cash. Run off and secretly father a kid. Come back and tell everyone what I did. And when I'm on trial, the people will see there really was something quite evil in me. They all had a feeling I'd slip up one day, and I will rejoice as they take me away.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Typical uplifting.
Yeah. But yeah,
man who wishes that he was a worse person than he was.
Oh, I'm bad. No, that song. I mean, that whole collection of songs.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's like it's a record because it's a recording, but it's digital, so it's not like a physical record. But,
No.
But yeah, that's another one that files under. I know I said it before, but under the no complaints category with me. I'm like, wow, I just like it. I'm not full of criticisms after.
So you heard it here first.
No
Please
complaints.
buy it. It's on Bandcamp.
It's totally worth it.
Well, I'll just roll right on here. This
Yeah.
next one is very different. This is one that we do with the Opera Bell Band. It's about eating. It's called Thinking About Eating.
There's usually
There's a pretty heavy food element.
thought bubble.
Oh yeah.
Thought bubble.
Yes,
thoughts.
usually we have these big thought bubbles with like corn on the cob and ice cream and things like that in it. But that's a pretty common trend in opera bell band songs. It's that they're about food.
What food?
I'm occupied by the thought of an entree and a side. I'm getting misty-eyed, thinking about eating. That's a fantasy I could live in indefinitely. Don't try to talk to me, I'm thinking about eating. Don't bother to repeat yourself, you only keep me waiting. You look like you could use a bite to eat yourself. The way you're salivating, I'm battered and fried. I got a headache and a pain in my side. If I don't make it, you could say that I died thinking about eating. bother to repeat yourself. You only keep me waiting. You look like you could use a bite to eat yourself. The way you're salivating, I'm occupied by the thought of an entree and a side. I'm getting misty-eyed thinking about eating.
I was thinking about...
What are you thinking about eating?
I was thinking about eating earlier when we made the Cajun slab gumbo. And then I ate it. Now I'm just thinking about drinking.
I haven't written that one yet. You could sell that one to Weird Al.
Yeah. Man, if Weird Al... I guess if any of us ever wrote a song popular enough that Weird Al made a parody of it, that would be my, like, cool. I made
That's all you'd say? Cool.
Cool.
Nice.
Got it.
I think I might tear all my hair out. Out of happiness.
Okay.
No, I love Weird Al.
Well, I
I guess that was misleading.
I mean, I think what is, like, it's cool that Weird Al is like, there's lots of parody bands out there that are specifically parody. I think the parody shit that, like, I can't stand is when the parody is only, like you're doing the song exactly the same, but your joke is like, but hey, look, it's me doing it. Mm-hmm. It's like, man, that's...
Weird Al makes a polka out of it.
Well, yeah, well, Weird Al is like, it's me doing it, and so I'm going to do it my way, in a way that, like, no one else would do it, and I'm gonna make the lyrics funny and clever.
They're very clever.
Yeah, like, you rewrite the whole song.
Yeah,
not just I'm not sure what he would change. I mean, like, thinking about eating could be changed to thinking about drinking.
Be like stinking about bleeding. I don't know.
Yeah.
There, I got you started. Finish it.
Weird Al, if you're watching, go. You have a prompt now. Well,
yeah.
Speaking of drinking songs.
Oh, yeah. This one's called Bartender, If You Don't Mind, I'll Pray to You. That's not how it goes.
This is G, right?
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. They gave me a drink of wine at communion, but I needed something more to get me through. And a church pew ain't as comfy as a bar stool. Bartender, if you don't mind, I'll pray to you. But I need to get on back from my confession. The Padre will absolve me of my sins like he always do. But I'd feel a whole lot better if I could see who I was talking to. Bartender, if you don't mind, I'll pray to you. Do you think I can convince the congregation that the sacramental bread gave me the stomach flu? I need a place for quiet contemplation. Bartender, if you don't mind, I'll pray to you. But I need to get on back from my confession. The Padre will absolve me of my sins like he always do. But I'd feel a whole lot better if I could see who I was talking to. Bartender, if you don't mind, I'll pray to you.
Yeah, that was country.
What do you think? Is that better than your bartender song? You don't have to answer now. Just think about it.
I'll think about it.
No, actually, I really like that song.
So also, but I mean, I'm gonna think about it and drink about it. I can play bartender. We have tequila. Luna Zool. I have been slowly going through like all of the Reposado tequilas that aren't like way too expensive, and just seeing like, all right, what is a not too expensive tequila that I'm like, it's not so expensive that I feel bad mixing it with something, but it's also not so shitty that I feel bad drinking it on its own. And this one I've been pretty satisfied with.
Yeah, it's fine.
Like, it's just, it is what it is. It's like, that's, I don't need to be, I don't know. It's like, I know people that are total, like, umbrella of mezcal, which includes tequila. Like, know people that are total connoisseurs. I mean, like, Jack Relly, not calling you out or anything. This is really a pat on the back. I mean, that dude can take some mezcal and also, I mean, he's been like all around in Mexico. He can be just like,
tell you the town,
like the hillside of something, and I'm just like, yep, tastes like mezcal.
I think there's water in water in this.
Yes, it's mezcal. But yeah, Luna Zool.
There you go.
I wish that similar to what Clownvis does, it's like you rep things and it's like, and if any like a rep is watching, open for sponsorship opportunities.
Luna Zool?
Yeah, Luna Zool, please give me some free shit.
You know what? I think they're watching. I think they're watching.
Luna Zool. Where do we go? Okay.
Simon Radia.
Yes.
Okay, this song is another one from my new album, Dramas and Comedies in Solo or Duet. And this one
Available on Bandcamp.
Available exclusively on Bandcamp. This one is about a real person, Simon Radia, who built the Watts Towers in LA. If anyone out there is aware of them, they're a pretty notable landmark. But he was just this guy who decided to start building these massive, crazy towers. And they're, I think one of them is almost 100 feet. They're really tall. You can see that they kind of look like, they almost look like cell towers or something. Have you seen? You know what I'm talking about?
I have not
the
seen
Watts
a
Towers
recently, but yes.
They're really cool. They're great, and he built them by himself. He was not a trained artist. I need my lyrics because it has a lot of years, like dates.
Like specific references.
It has a lot of specific references that I can't always remember.
That's what history books are for.
Anyway, so I thought that he's an interesting character, and sort of deserving of like to be mythologized in a sort of children's kind of song.
Listen up, kids.
You're gonna learn about this outsider artist.
I think the concept of outsider art is kind of hilarious in general because I'm always like, outside of what? You know, like outside of education. Well, not everyone who's creative can afford the educational certification that you're real art, or you know, it's like, I don't know. But then sometimes people, once you're categorized as outsider art, then you can sell up to the insiders. You know, it's like,
then you're an insider artist.
yeah,
You've
on the
sold
outside.
out.
You're sell out.
All right. Simon Radia Sabatino, also known as Sam. I build the tower made of soda, bottles and jars of jam. I mix cement, I bend the steel, I build the tower high. Simon Radia Sabatino, Samuel am I. 1917 in the neighborhood of Watts. I have a little money, I buy a little plot. 1921, I wanna make my mark. I wanna build a tower they can see from Echo Park. Simon Radia Sabatino, also known as Sam. I build the tower made of soda, bottles and jars of jam. I mix cement, I bend the steel, I build the tower high. Simon Radia Sabatino, Samuel am I. All the time the neighbors call me names I can't believe. They say that I'm a brute, they think that I'm naive. I don't have any training, and I do not have a plan, but I want to be remembered as a dedicated man. 1956 I leave Los Angeles, say goodbye to everyone and I move to Martinez. 1964 I come back to LA. Everybody missed me and they all want me to stay. Simon Radia Sabatino, also known as Sam. I build the tower made of soda, bottles and jars of jam. I mix cement, I bend the steel, I build the tower high. Simon Radia Sabatino, Samuel am I. Simon Radia Sabatino, Samuel am I. Teach it to your kids.
And are those towers still there?
Oh yeah, they're still there. They're like a protected. They're really, yeah.
It's officially
like
art
them.
now.
Now it's real art. Yeah, they're sort of like a landmark. But yeah, at the time that he was building them, people were like, why is he doing this?
Well, I mean, I imagine like, what, 1917 is when he starts this?
Well, when he came to LA, so he was an Italian immigrant, and he came to LA, and I'm pretty sure for his entire life he was a laborer. Picked up odd jobs, and then in his off time he would sort of walk around and collect broken bottles and pieces of glass, and create these crazy mosaics. And they asked him why he was doing it, and that's why I put in the song. His answer was always, "I build the tower." They were like, "Why are you doing this?" He said, "I build the tower." Like, why do you want to know?
So, like, you buy the land, you can do what you want with it.
He's great.
I mean, and any kind of artistic project that involves reusing what has already been, created by the production lines of consumer culture.
Yeah, a lot of it was trash.
Yeah. I support reusing it in a fun way. I mean, especially like now when a lot of things produced can't even be recycled physically at all. It's like you might as well nail them to a post or something nice to look at. That's why I like all the like goopy roadside shit that does that. Like the Abita Mystery House.
I don't know that.
well, like a Beta brewery that's popular in like New Orleans and surrounding area. So like they are north of Lake Pontchartrain is like actual Abita area, and yeah, the Abita Mystery House. It's kind of just like a dude that I think he bought like an old gas station or something, and then has slowly turned it into a compound of all like. I mean, it's all repurposed shit, but some of it's like, okay, I found all these little figurines and I made a diorama out of it, and I motorized a part of it, and it's called, like Sammy's Saloon or something like that, and and it's like you pay a bit to get in there, and it's just random things the whole way. I mean, there's like a whole set of like foot pump organs in one room, and like outside there's like he took a Airstream trailer and built a UFO crashing into it.
That sounds like the what is that place called? The House on the Rocks or whatever?
Yes, House on the Rock is
House
like
on the
a
Rock.
much more well-funded version of this. It's like if you combined like those Rodea Towers and House on the Rock, you get a Beta Mystery House. It's like
perfect.
It's tons of random junk, but it's all cool and well arranged. Random facts. Anyway, so where are we going?
We're at Heartache. We're only halfway through. Heartache Calls Collect.
Bag of Steel. This one with the intro, right?
Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4. You've blocked every number. You've tried to disconnect, and you say that you won't answer when heartache calls collect. Pretend you won't accept the charge, but buddy, I expect you'll pay the operator when heartache calls collect. Now did you think you'd be forgotten? Did you think they'd let you go? I'm willing to bet by midnight they're gonna get the debt you owe. When you signed that marriage license, you were signing a big blank check. Now the fine is 1,000,000 teardrops when heartache calls collect. Talk about your sorry lot in life, whine like a wounded pup. You can tell us all about it till your tongue gets tied, but first you got to pony up. Keep all your memories, keep your pride. Say what's mine is mine. You're gonna pay with a pound of flesh and blood when heartache gets you on the line. It'll hit you like a burning rocket, and it gets you when you least suspect. You're gonna turn out every pocket when heartache calls collect. Your sorry lot in life, whine like a wounded pup. You can tell us all about it till your tongue gets tied, but first you got to pony up. all your memories, keep your pride. Say what's mine is mine. You're gonna pay with a pound of flesh and blood when a heartache gets you on the line. It'll hit you like a burning rock, and it gets you when you least suspect. You're gonna turn out every pocket when the heartache calls collect.
Yeah, that's kind of funny. You can do humor.
It'd be a whole lot funnier if collect calls still existed.
I know. But that's kind of the stuff that you see a lot of things on the internet that's like, you're a boomer if you know this. I always see those things and I'm like, does that make me a boomer? like a picture of a cassette tape. It's like, what? No, I know what that is. Does no one know what that is?
Cassette, a what?
Yeah, what? Okay, well, speaking of old stuff.
Mm-hmm. Okay. This is, unless you wanted to keep talking about cassettes. Which we can do.
I think, thank you. The only thing that I think people really should...
I got one more thing to say.
The only thing that I really think people should, and speaking of Louisiana again, the only thing that someone really needs to capitalize on, and if anyone figures this out, I don't know, at least give me credit. You ever hear the term the cassette girls? It was a Louisiana thing, and I think kind of went through most of the Louisiana territory. But I mean,
were you the cassette girl?
No. But
that was me.
I mean, I'm terrible at pronouncing anything French, and I mean, I guess that makes us St. Louis. But so cassette is in English meaning the little tape. But in French, there's a word either like that or very similar to it that pretty much means like a tiny case, like a suitcase. Or I think sometimes maybe even a tiny coffin, but essentially like a tiny little wooden thing. And there was a bunch of girls that, when Louisiana Territory is being settled by the French and the Spanish, they came up with a deal of like, are you a young woman with nothing to do over here? Move over there, but all you can bring with you is like this much shit. And they were probably like, putting them in the like cheaper quarters on the boat, so there wasn't room for much. They're probably like bringing them over and putting them like below decks and stuff. And with all the like expoundings on the New World, a lot of them would then come from France and get to Louisiana and just be like, oh, what the hell is this? Like, it's just a human swamp forever.
There's alligators everywhere.
Yeah, and so then like a lot of them like also got just this bad reputation because they came with nothing and found nothing. And there's lots of like local legends stuff associated with it. I can't remember all of it, but in general they were just known as the cassette girls. So it's like, man, someone in Louisiana should just like make a label or a store or even a band that only records cassettes.
It's a great idea.
Yeah, you'd be the new cassette girls.
I've already stolen it.
All right,
it's
too
mine.
bad.
That was a great segue, by the way.
Because mosquitoes.
Yeah. This is a it's like a partial cover. I rewrote the lyrics to this Cajun song. The tune is the same essentially. The lyrics are slightly different, and they're in English. All right. Lovely.
It's lovely. an elephant for a Cadillac.
Would you take that deal?
I don't know.
Comment below.
I don't know.
If you found an elephant in the woods, would you trade it for a Cadillac?
I mean, I might because, although I think the general value of an elephant is probably much higher than a Cadillac.
It must be.
But where the hell am I going to put an elephant?
How well does the elephant run?
Yeah. Yes. How well does the elephant run?
How many miles does it have on it?
Can I saddle up this elephant? It's been done, but can I do it? I don't know. That's one interesting thing about a time when elephants were like the shit. It's some ancient
that fad.
Yeah, well, it's some ancient story about and once again, this is my history as I know it. But when London and like the British Isles, when London was just like a big settlement before any kind of like British government had come in, the Roman army was trying to take London, and London was resisting. So the Romans brought elephants to London as their like war vehicles, and everyone there was just like, "Well, shit! I've never seen that thing before."
You win.
Yeah, am I going to like ride a cow against this? Or, wait, they might not have had cows by then. I've been trying to figure out.
They had cows?
I don't know. I'm trying to figure out. Well, I mean, like there's like the Highland cattle. You know, maybe like they send a runner to the sky.
They had sheep. They
like,
could ride a sheep.
Yeah, ride a sheep. I think an elephant
A
could
big
probably,
sheep.
An elephant could probably squash at least 2 sheep.
At once?
Yeah, at least 2 at once. A small elephant, at least 1. So yeah, maybe not trading.
No, but I do love this song because it's about like murderous mosquitoes that eat up your sweetheart. And then you use a body part for to plug your bottle of booze. That's supposed to be a children's song. believe it or not.
This video has already been rated not appropriate for children.
For references of severed body parts.
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
it's a settings choice you can make that I usually just do to make sure.
Oh, I see.
Make sure that when unsavory things like that are said, anyone who's protecting their children's ears doesn't have to respond. All right. Well, things we've been doing a little more lately. The
Polkas?
the Sogran Polka Band.
Yeah.
Yeah. Working on new songs, working on old songs, and at least one Oktoberfest gig, which I think is like a notch on the polka band belt. Have you played an Oktoberfest?
We have played an Oktoberfest.
Well, yeah. So this will be 2.
Yeah.
But I think Oktoberfests are harder to come by this year. Like I did get a.
So
hold
this is
of,
a special Oktoberfest.
Yes. And I did get a hold of like people in Herman to ask them about Oktoberfest. They're just like, not much Oktoberfest this year. I'm like, oh, okay. Maybe next year. Maybe like 4 years from now.
You never know. This is Buck's polka. That's Buck Owens. This is a polka written by Buck Owens.
The polka great.
The polka king.
Buck Owens. The king of the Bakersfield polka.
I mean, who's going to challenge him
I
on
know.
that?
Yeah. I'll think about it. But probably no one.
All right. Lost it. Da, 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 da.
Close enough.
That mistake was on purpose.
Well, that's the part that you reworked from
Yeah.
the Bucks original.
Yeah, just so everyone knows, and just so everyone is impressed with me. This was this is a guitar polka. When Buck Owens does it, it's a guitar polka. I made it a fiddle polka.
Yeah.
So.
And added that chord.
And and then and then I added one chord, so now it's mine.
Yeah.
Now
That's
it's
where the
Shane's
confusion-
Bucks polka.
That's where the confusion comes from. The chord is C for confusion.
All right.
Where are we at? Where are we at on time? I haven't even seen what time. 8:47. Oh man, yeah, we're making great time.
We got
All
it.
right. Well,
Time to kill.
time to do. One or two
Mhm.
more. If you got
Yeah.
an idea for an extra.
Well, let me do the one that I have written down.
Yes.
What happened to my pick?
Oh.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's tuning
Out of tune?
Yeah. Trying to think if I've involved any banjos in any of these live streams. I played a little bit of banjo at Jess's house, but That's why things have largely stayed in tune, because I haven't involved banjos, but tuning's questionable always.
Oh, I have a brief time filler here.
Okay.
Pertaining to polkas.
All right.
Earlier today, like just before you guys showed up, I for whatever reason I was on the Wikipedia page of the guy that wrote Jingle Bells.
Okay.
And
who's
I can't remember his name.
I
He wrote a polka called the Know Nothing Polka, which I thought was a great title. And
I won't bring it up, but is that political?
Yes. I love that you know this because I didn't know about that. I looked it up. I was like, Know Nothing Polka. That sounds fun. And then I looked it up, and I looked up the sheet music, and the sheet music is, I think it took me to like the Smithsonian website or something where the only scan of this sheet music exists, and then it explained what it was. Yeah. And that the Know Nothings were a anti-Catholic, anti-Jewish political party in the 1800s, and that's what this polka was supposed to be for. I couldn't believe it. I was really disappointed.
Yeah, pretty much. All I'll say about politics. Then
this is the only political conversation we're gonna have. The Know Nothings were bad people.
Well, the only statement that'll make is that anybody that thinks the current political agenda is anything new, look up some shit like the Know Nothings from like 100.
That is exactly what I thought when I was reading this. I was like, this is the same shit that we've been dealing with this whole fucking time. It's crazy.
Spewing hatred to people who are eating it up rapidly.
And you know who was a Know Nothing? John Wilkes Booth. If that tells you anything about what the Know Nothing stood for.
See, and you can choose to not know nothing. You can educate yourself on these facts of history.
Anyway, I thought that was
Back to the books.
I thought that was interesting.
Back to the books.
Here's the song called Back to the Books. My brain's really cooking, I don't know what to do when the teacher isn't looking. I'ma cheat off of you, I take a pop quiz about the evolution of man, give a presentation on feudal Japan. I get the cold flop sweat and my guts in the knot. Central nervous system is rattled and shot. How am I supposed to study with my confidence shook? Wake up, buddy, get back to the book. Back to the book. No time to break, no time to double check. I can't make a mistake. I'm gonna pass by hook or by crook. It's take a seat, class, get back to the book. My social studies teacher was telling us how the Great Chicago Fire wasn't caused by a cow. It was the ducks and the chickens having too much fun with a case of firecrackers and a Tommy gun. I punch my pillow, I cry and I fuss over any mathematic but minus and plus. How am I supposed to follow all this gobbledygook? It's the same again tomorrow. Get back to the book. Back to the book. No time to break, no time to double check. I can't make a mistake. I'm gonna pass by hook or by crook. It's take a seat, class, get back to the book. Take a seat, class, get back to the book.
All right.
Back to the books.
That seems like a good ending point.
Yeah.
All right. We didn't mention it yet, but there is info for tips and all that kind of financial relief for music stuff that's not really happening right now. There's info for all that at the bottom, and that will be split fairly amongst those involved. And thanks to everyone
Bye.
tuning in.